Landan, thank you so much for joining us on our Cannes Captures series here in very hot, very sunny Cannes, of course. How's Cannes going for you so far?
It's hot.
It's
Very, very hot.
Yeah, well, I appreciate you joining. And well, what would be great to start with? I mean, would you mind telling us a bit about you and, of course, telling us about Jun Group?
Yeah, of course. My name is Landan Rich. I've been at Jun Group for 11 years now, and I run the media sales team. So we call on the brands and the agencies, and I run that nationally for the company.
Amazing, cool. And can you tell us more about what Jun Group do then?
Yeah, of course. So Jun Group, we're specializing in intelligent advertising, right? So that really rests on two of our core solutions, which is our privacy first zero party data, which really helps us model and scale in a privacy compliant way among a targeted audience. And then we couple that with Verve, which is our AI optimization engine that allows us to customize what a campaign optimizes towards at the campaign level based on a given KPI. So that's really the sweet secret sauce behind why our campaigns perform so nicely for our partners.
Amazing.
And then we apply those across all channels. So brand, shopper, influencer, healthcare, it really runs the gamut where we're able to drive the full funnel performance.
Yeah, fantastic. And how's it going, of course, at the moment? I know you guys are seriously expanding and growing globally as well. How's it all going?
It's a great question. So since we were acquired by Verve last year, it's allowing us to do this at a much larger scale. So we've always had direct supply through our SDK. And not only does Verve have two of their own SDKs, but they have enormous direct supply as well. So it allows us to do what we do best. But more broadly than ever.
Yeah, well, it's really exciting and so great to be here in Cannes. Have you been to Cannes before?
Yes, but not at Cannes.
Okay,
I've been to Cannes, but not at Cannes.
Amazing. Well, I know you guys have taken over this cafe, of course, for the week. I mean, how is Cannes for you so far? And maybe are there any sort of topics that you're seeing being discussed more around the town, I guess?
Yeah, so, I mean, there's AI, obviously.
Of course, yes.
I'd be remiss not to even utter the acronym.
Absolutely.
But to me, it's the human element, right? It's women in leadership. You're looking at companies like She Runs It, Female Quotient, Chief, and they're showing up in such a big way. They're talking about how to get more women in the boardroom, in the C-suite. They're rallying women to lift each other up. And I find that that's really cool. We have so much catching up to do in a lot of ways, right?
Yeah, of course.
I was at the Stagwell Sport Beach yesterday, and I saw this incredible wall of a plastered ad campaign by Elf Beauty.
Okay, yeah.
And it had this incredible tagline, a little risque for a video podcast, but it was a giant call to arms for all groups.
Yeah.
And the tagline was, there are so many dicks and so few of everyone else.
Yeah, I like that.
It was so blunt, and it was repeatedly plastered all over the wall in a very striking way. And then the subtext was, there are a lot of dicks, Richards, Rich, Ricks in the boardrooms.
Right.
And it's okay to have a lot of dicks. You also have a lot of everyone else and representation across the board. So I'm just feeling a sense of empowerment, a sense of inclusivity and wanting to hear diverse voices, whether that be women or other minority groups. And I think that that's really powerful.
Yeah, I love that. I'm so glad seeing that around Cannes as well. That's really important. Well, it'd be good to hear maybe one thing in your industry, though, that's happening at the moment and talk more about Jun Group. You know, what is maybe one thing that's happening right now with you guys, and how are you addressing it? And maybe kind of what's next with that as well.
Yeah, right now, I think that there's a disconnect between demand and supply, right? You're hearing about the SSPs, you're hearing about the DSPs, but the biggest problem in digital and programmatic advertising is that the demand and the supply sides, they're not communicating, right?
Okay,
So we have all these supply businesses that are improving their supply, their inventory, they're optimizing, and the demand side, they're all doing the same, but they're not thinking about each other as they go about doing it, right?
Right, yeah.
So we're looking at supplying at Verve. Now that we're part of Verve, we're the whole package. They are an SSP. We are the demand side. And so we're really able to think about supply and demand as two parts of a single ecosystem and figure out how that can help the different sides communicate better, talk more, perform better, and really feed knowledge between each other. And I think that that's going to be the future. That's going to be how things start to explode.
Yeah, absolutely. And that will just continue to hopefully improve, I'm sure, right? Oh, amazing. Well, that sounds great. Well, I want to say thanks so much for joining, of course. I hope to be here again in 12 months at the same capital. I'm sure we'll be talking again.
With like 5 degrees colder.
I know, right? It's so hot. But thank you for joining and best of luck with all this exciting growth.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it.